Okay, so I'm going to start a video here. I'd like to go through my trading view setup. I'd like to show how my ichiMoka charting is set. So I'm going to quickly start here. First, just by the layout. So as you can see, I have three different charts here. I have my 5-minute chart, my my daily chart, and then I also have my minute chart. I do all of my trades and executings in and out on my minute charts. I only really use the 5-minute and daily as confirmation sometimes, the daily just to set some of my levels. You can see you can add your levels here. You can also see the current trend. So for instance, on this one you can see that it's been in a consistent kind of decline. There's been a little bumps here and there, but pretty much on a decline. You see the 50 below the 200 here. That's the death cross. So I do check the daily quick just to give me confirmation of which direction we're going, and then you have your 5-minute here, and I use the Haikanashi candlesticks. It's more of a smoothed candlestick than your regular ones. I do like it because it does give you specific direction. These candles here, you can see they all have no topping tail, just the bottoming hairs here. So this is confirmation of where we're headed, and then you can see you need to have the exact same in the opposite direction to two in a row to show a directional change. So it works. It's a little easier for me to read. So I don't really trade off the 5, but I do like to take a quick peek once in a while and confirm kind of direction that we're going. But all of my trading ends up over here. And so in order to get these screens, it depends on the package that you pick with TradingView. But this system that I have, I use 3. So I think you have to be like Pro Plus or something like that. You have to check the requirements of how many charts within one tab. So I can go up to 4, I believe, and then the next package. Or no, I actually have the premium package now, so I guess I could have as many as I want. But I don't really need it. I use 3, and even then I don't really need the 5-minute, but I do like it. So anyways, that's where you pick how you set up your screen, is right in that little tab right there. And now I get into how I set it up. So with my daily chart, I use my EMA Cross, the 50 and 200, and this one here is programmed in to show you an actual cross. You can find those in your setup just by going into indicators, and then you search. So don't sure where is it here. Yeah, the EMA Cross. So this one was created by this person here. Sholmes, 1,251 people have downloaded it and used it. So this one here I like because I love having that cross form, and just gives you a little more confidence of direction, and it pops up sometimes when your charts look a little crazy. It comes forward and gives you that cross. So that is definitely something that I like. And then I have a VWAP on here as well. Don't really need the VWAP on the daily, but that's okay. And then of course I like to see the volume too. Volume can give you more confidence and direction. Yeah, like here it's red. It's quite a bit of volume, so you know that this was a good one to trade short today. And then here on my 5-minute, like I say, I use a different candlestick for the 5-minute, and here it smooths everything out. You can see it's a little easier to follow. do trading with the Haikanashi. Then I also put the 5200 on the 5-minute chart as well, and then the VWAP. All of those indicators, you go here, you write it in, and that's it. Add it to your chart. It's very easy, very simple. Then we'll go over here, and this is the same thing I've got. Let me just get some white space here. So I got the Ichimoku set up again. Indicators, go to your Ichimoku cloud and add it to your chart, and that'll give you all your parameters for it. If you want to see everything that you've got here, you can go to settings, and the settings will open up for the Ichimoku. It'll always tell you what it is here, and then you have your conversion line, baselines. I changed the colors to blue and orange because I matched it with my MACD and all that. And my stochastics RSI. So anything blue below orange is short. Anything blue above orange is long. Just makes it very easy to follow when I'm watching it. Then we have our leggings band. I like purple. It's what most people have, so I just keep it the same as what most. And then green cloud, red cloud, and this is the same. So there's really not much you need to change in any of this stuff. These are my conversion settings. So yeah, that is that. Then the VWAP, again, you just go to your indicators and you type in your VWAP, and then you add it in. I've got it volume at average price, so you just click on it and add it in. Volume, I like to see the volume. Of course, you always should be watching volume. Volume can tell you a lot of information depending on the price action. And then you have your EMA Cross again, which this today was just gorgeous on this chart. I was already short in this on ichiMoka setup, and while I'm in here, it crosses as well. So I thought, oh, you know what, this is that's the perfect time. Just showing you, confirming that, hey, maybe stay in this a bit longer, wait until you get an out, which in this instance, my first out came when the blue crossed here above. And I could have got back in when it crossed back down below, because it didn't actually, the lagging indicator didn't go into the candles. But that's the Ichimoku strategy. I've posted a couple of videos on how that sets up and what to look for and wait for, and how I get in. I get in at the end of the first red candle, and then I will show you here in the MACD. Use the MACD. It does help quite a bit. It's fairly accurate. When you cross the midsection of the MACD, both your lines have to cross. Once you've crossed, then now you're looking short. So here a lot of people say, oh yeah, you're crossing up here, this is where you go short. It's not necessarily true. It can continue up here and continue up in price. You really need to cross this center line here, and these two moving averages, basically they have to split apart and they have to cross the line. So right here on MACD, I was already looking short. And then when the Ichimoku setup came into play, that's when I took my trade on the first, at the end of the first red candle. So would be 9:30:59. That's when I pressed the short key. And then of course, yeah, look at what we've done there. I do like to see my stochastic RSI here. I like to see them crossing above before I short, but in this instance, everything was lining up except for that one piece. And if you go back far enough here, and I'll bring this chart down. If you go back far enough here, this is where you should be looking, your first indication that you've reversed. And then you're looking kind of to go in, and then everything else starts lining up to go short. This came up a few times, but never actually broke the same level. You see here, like this level here, like it never came back up. You can see that it's crossed quite a few times below here and just was never able to break. So it just didn't have the momentum. And then it started to break down. And so in this instance, I would take that first candle at the end of that first candle. That was a phenomenal setup. And of course, once you get into these areas here, we've come down, and then we actually crossed on the blue and the orange. That's your first indication to get out, save some profit, and that kind of lines up with way overbought here. It was a good time to get out for me. You can always get back in once the Ichimoku sets up again, which happens after this cross about here. And then you could go short again around here somewhere. But sometimes that RSI lines up perfectly with the MACD and then perfect on your chart. And maybe I would go heavier on the amount of shares. Anyways, that is how I set up my charts. I don't have a lot of information. I use the daily, the 5-minute, and the minute chart. And on the 5-minute, I use the Haikanashi candles. And in the main chart that I trade off of the 1 minute, I use the Ichimoku, the VWAP, the volume, and the EMA Cross of 50 moving average and 200 moving average with the cross. I use my MACD and my stochastic RSIs as more confidence building when I'm getting into a trade. So that is how I set up my trading view charts. I hope that I was helpful with that, and I hope that you're able to follow along. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll make sure to get back. All of the information that I provided in the video will be in the description.